Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine turning simple apple cider into something really complex, nuanced, truly your own. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of vinegar making with Kesser and Steen. Specifically, we're looking at that crucial phase after the initial yeast fermentation. You've shared some great sources and, well, our mission is to explore three distinct paths they might take, three ways to get that perfect tangy signature.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating here is how they're actively experimenting. It gives us a perfect chance to understand not just what they're doing, but like why these different methods matter for the final vinegar. Its flavor, its journey. It's really all about either guiding nature, maybe subtly, or just kind of trusting nature to do its thing.
Right, so after a week of steady fermentation, their cider is ready for the next step. Kesser and Steen are at this crossroads, looking at three ways to invite those key vinegar-forming bacteria, the Acetobacter, into the mix.
Those are the little guys that turn the alcohol into acetic acid.
Exactly. And this is where it gets really interesting.
Indeed. Think of these methods as basically different starter cultures. Each one influences not just the speed, but also the actual character, the complexity of the finished vinegar. So we're looking at a comparison that's, well, practical for anyone making it at home, but also pretty insightful.
Okay, so first up, Oma's Way, her tried and true method. Using a vinegar mother from an old biodynamic unfiltered apple cider vinegar. That sounds very specific. Why those qualities, biodynamic and unfiltered? Why are they important for her starter?
Well, connecting this to the bigger picture, Oma's preference isn't just, tradition, it's actually science. Biodynamic refers to a certain holistic farming approach. But critically, these vinegars usually aren't pasteurized or microfiltered, which means they keep this rich, living community of microorganisms. You've got yeast remnants, active acetic acid bacteria, and those sort of gelatinous flakes we call the mother.
Ah, okay, so it's alive.
Exactly. It's about using these vigorous local microbes that are already suited to the environment. It gives the new batch a really powerful head start. This way often promises the fastest transformation, maybe 1 to 2 weeks often, and it can give a unique depth.
Okay, fast and deep. Then there's Kesser's idea, adding a splash of organic, unfiltered apple cider vinegar from the grocery store. Sounds like a practical shortcut, maybe. But does a store-bought mother really have the same vitality as Oma's cultivated one?
That's a really good question. Can store-bought compare? Yes, actually, if it's the right kind. An organic, unfiltered vinegar, and this is really crucial, without preservatives like sorbate or benzoate. Those things inhibit growth, you see. They don't kill the bacteria, but they slow them right down. So if it's the right stuff, it can definitely act as a reliable starter culture. It gives the process a clear push, ups the probability of quick, secure acid formation.
So quicker than just waiting, but maybe not as fast as Oma's.
Generally, yeah. You typically see results in maybe 2 to 4 weeks. It's a pragmatic choice, offers consistency perhaps.
All right. And then the third way, for the really patient folks.
Yes, the nature knows best approach. Basically, just letting the cider sit open to the air and waiting.
Just waiting.
Pretty much. Acetobacter from the environment, they're kind of everywhere, will almost always find their way to the surface of the cider. And they'll start converting that alcohol to acetic acid. It's definitely slower, maybe less predictable. You're looking at typically 4 to 8 weeks, but it still gets you vinegar.
Huh. Does it taste different doing it that way?
Some people really think so. They'd say it yields a more nuanced, complex acidity because it's really taking on the character of the local environment. Might be great for, like, dressings where you want something subtle.
Interesting. So as Kesser and Steen watch these three batches, how will they and how can you, listening, tell if things are actually working? What are the signs?
Oh, there are clear signs. First, you'll probably notice a thin, transparent, maybe slightly gelatinous layer forming on the surface. That's your mini vinegar mother starting out. The smell will also shift. Gradually, it goes from that fruity, sort of wine-like smell to a sharper, more pungent, well, vinegar aroma. You can't miss it.
And the taste, obviously.
And the taste, absolutely. It becomes distinctly more acidic. Simple taste tests every, say, 4 or 5 days work really well. For the really curious, there's the ice cube trick. Freeze a little bit. It helps separate the alcohol from the acid so you can taste the vinegar character more clearly. And, if you're super dedicated, titration can measure the actual acid percentage over time.
Okay, so the goal is clear acidity, less alcohol taste, and that definite mother forming on top, that kind of jellyfish thing.
Exactly. That film means the bacteria have really established themselves. So while all these paths lead to vinegar, the real difference is tempo and maybe predictability. Oma's wisdom holds true. Patience and feeling. Try it, what you feel for. These experiments will help them find their own house signature, adapted to their place, their taste.
It's more than just making vinegar. It's like cultivating something alive.
Precisely.
So whether you choose Oma's Quick Boost, the grocery store Kickstart, or just letting nature take its course, this journey from cider to vinegar really shows the power of microbes. And maybe a little human guidance.
It really does. It highlights how we can, intentionally foster a process or just step back and trust nature's own design. Each way gives you a unique result, a unique understanding.
So thinking beyond vinegar, what does this mean for you? Next time you're starting a new project, maybe developing a complex idea, ask yourself, what kind of starter culture are you going to introduce? Or will you just let the environment, the ambient conditions, guide its natural, maybe slower evolution? Okay, let's unpack this.